Hello everyone, thank you for watching another episode of SipNReview. My name is Chantel, and today I will be doing a review on the First Wives Club TV series. I will be doing a recap on the episodes 1 through 3, so I will be telling you guys what I saw on the show and giving my commentary. So that is how I will do the recap as well / review. And also, do not forget to read the description below. I will include the names of the characters as well. Guys, Jill Scott does play in this TV series of the First Wives Club. So I know a lot of you guys may be familiar with Jill Scott. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Please help me out by hitting that subscribe button, or you may subscribe at the end of my video by clicking on my photo, and give this video a like by giving it a thumbs up. And also check out my playlist. I have more shows that I review for you guys to watch. So let's get started. The episode opens up with Ari, and she's also friends with Jill Scott, who plays as Hazel. And Hazel was talking to Khalil about her music, because Hazel is an artist on here as well, a music artist. Derek, who is her husband, who's played by Malik Yoba, and he told his wife Hazel that her outfit made her look bad because they were taking photos at the awards. And he stopped taking photos with his wife to take a photo with Stella, who is also his artist. Oh no, he didn't. Derek decided to release Stella's album on the same day, which is on Halloween Day as Hazel's release day. Now you know, that is his wife though. Shaking my head. Here's what I think about Derek. I think that Derek is having sex with Stella, who just happened to be his other artist, because as soon as Stella arrived, he left his wife standing there alone by herself, okay? With no hesitation. So, David is Ari's husband. And David was laying in the bed, watching his adult movies, shaking my head. Here's the thing with him. He would rather watch that instead of doing it with his wife. Boy, bye. So why did she marry him again? He is not pleasing her sexually, okay? And whenever he gives it to her, he only lasts for about 2 minutes, give or take. And he don't even hold her in the bed at night. He's always so busy, often worrying about business. So that is his main concern, because he's very focused on his business right now. Meanwhile, his wife is suffering because she feels like her husband does not pay her any attention. Moving on. Hazel called Derek and he sent her straight to voicemail because he was out with Stella. Yes, indeed. I told you that he was sleeping with Stella, and I was so right. Hazel pulled up to the studio where Derek and Stella was at, and Derek, he was all hugged up with Stella, and she was calling him baby. So you calling a married man your baby? And she was also recording Hazel's song. Let me guess. It's the song that Hazel is supposed to be releasing on Halloween Day. Yup, and it sure was. And you know what? I would divorce him and take his money. However, Stella, girl, he will not want you, okay? And why do you even want his broke ass? Because it seems like he is hopping from woman to woman, using them for his own gain. And he told Hazel that her music hasn't been hot in a long time. So he's on the next thing that's smoking, okay? And he also told her that they are canceling her music project to give to Stella, because Stella's going to do her songs, okay? And he also told her that my lawyers will be contacting you soon. And he said, I'll give you a fair settlement And they were arguing over the penthouse. And she said, no, my money's the one that bought that penthouse. And yeah, it was her money that bought the penthouse because she's the artist here, okay? And I would expose him for cheating on me and make it public, okay? And he also had the nerve to give your music to his side piece? Boy, bye. Before she could expose him, he already exposed her. Now, you know, Stella came in there cutting the fool, honey. She was throwing everything. She was very upset when she saw Stella all hugged up with her husband, Derek. So there was surveillance inside of the studio. So it recorded everything and made it look like it made it look like Hazel was the crazy one. They didn't get the part where he was all hugged up with Stella. So her girlfriends came to check on her at her penthouse because Hazel was depressed. She didn't want to be bothered with anyone. She would not answer the phone for her girls, Bree and Irene. So they found a way to get to her, okay? Bree told them that her husband cheated on her too, and they were separating as well. They had already been apart for a while, a few weeks. Now, that's how you get over a breakup, girls' night out. And that's what they decided on. We're going to have us a girl night out, and we ain't worried about no man. So they went on their girls' night out, and it was popping. So they came up with a plan because Irene went to law school. The plan is for Hazel to leak her version of her song before Stella's drop. That sounds like a plan to me. Thanks, Irene. Meanwhile, Bree is getting her back cracked by Jesus, the bartender. LOL. Because Bree is separated from her husband that cheated on her, she decided to get down with the bartender. So that's how she wound up getting her back cracked that same night by Jesus. Meanwhile, Khalil came through. He got his boy to drop Hazel's single, and it's a bop. So therefore, she dropped the song, her own song, before Stella did. So Derek got mad about the situation, and he denied her access to her own house. Shaking my head. So you cheat on her and you got mad with her because she decided to retaliate, and actually on the song that was her song to begin with. Boy, bye. So that was the end of episode 1. Let's move on to season 1, episode 2. Plan B. Hazel charged a hotel suite on his card, and she went shopping because she was upset that he did what he did to her for the side piece. Meanwhile, Bree was at the store trying to buy a plan B because, she had sex with Jesus, okay? Jesus cracked her back, and she apparently is afraid that she may actually be pregnant for him. So Bree and her husband, they were on the phone talking, and she finally agreed to go to the couples therapy with him because he had been trying to get her to go because she was of and big done with him. When Ari got home, her husband was having a drink with Derek, and Ari was upset. She wanted him to get out of her house, and she don't want her husband dealing with him, and her husband told her that they made a deal with Derek because he's going to help fund his campaign. And he's a low down, dirty dog, okay? Ari, what kind of friend are you? She went along with it because it was going to help her husband, but her husband told her that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Moving on. Hazel was out shopping, spending Derek's money, and Pop-Tart Stella pulled up. Hazel told her that she should be somewhere taking voice lessons. LOL. Bree and Gary are at couples therapy, and Bree told the therapist that they were there because her husband put his sausage into someone else. Gary said that his wife changed on him. They used to get it in anywhere. It didn't matter if it was in a parking lot or a restaurant. Them some freaks. Must be nice. LOL. Moving on. Irene met at the bar with Derek and his attorney. Derek is sleeping with the attorney too, okay? The way she was all over him. So here's a straight up thought. Derek will date anyone that he could live off of. Surprise, surprise. Hazel pulled up to their dinner meeting with the lawyer. And Irene is representing Hazel, okay? Bree finally made it to the parent-teacher conference. Gary was shocked to see his wife there. Gary's side piece showed up later. She touched Gary on the thigh and Bree gave her that look. Because at that moment, Bree knew that that was the one that her husband Gary had cheated on her with, the lady at their child's school. Shaking my head. Meanwhile, back at the dinner meeting with his lawyer to discuss the divorce, Hazel told him that she hopes the worst happens to him, kidnapped and tortured. Wow. Rosalind, his lawyer, with her bitch ass, the one that Derek is also sleeping with. So, come to find out, Derek made a fake-ass title purchase agreement on a penthouse. Wow. Hazel should have kept her own records, y'all. Like, don't trust no one. I don't even care if he's your husband or not, because you know how they do that husband joke. I feel like your manager should not be your husband. I don't know why they do that, but it's a very poor decision. You always get burned in the end when you do it this way. And this is what happens when you put all of your eggs into one basket. She trusted him too much. Nor did she have a backup plan to fall on. Irene turned to Keisha real quick because you know that's her girl. And you're not about to mess over her girl like that. She told him that Hazel ain't signing those damn divorce contracts. She told Rosalind, which is his other side piece, to shove those papers up her flat ass. Damn. Shaking my head. So Derek, he decided to retaliate and he had Hazel blackballed. She can't even perform at her own concert. Damn. Thank goodness Ari is going to be Hazel's lawyer. Now let's get started on season 1, episode 3. Gary called Bree on the phone to beg her to rescind divorcing him. She's not trying to hear it. Gary slept with one of the moms from their kids' school. Bree pulled up to pick Hazel up and she was still going off on Gary. Because you know now that Derek threw Hazel out of the penthouse, Hazel is now living with her friend Bree and her kids. So she told Gary that you could have picked anyone else within a 10-mile radius, but you chose the F to be at our child's school. The neighbors could hear Bree going off on the phone, laughing my ass off. You know how us women get when we're upset, okay? We will read you up and down like a book, okay? So we find out that Derek proposed to Stella. His daughter is the one that Hazel was talking to, okay? So he did this and that divorce wasn't even final. Don't worry, you're not missing out on anything. He's going to be on to another one as soon as her money runs out. And he's nothing but a user. Actually, Hazel found that out on, I believe he posted on a social media post. The girl, Stella posted a picture of her wearing a ring. And why did Ari marry him? We're back to Ari and her husband. You know, I'm just confused right now. You know, she's a smart girl, successful lawyer. And her husband is self-centered. I'm sure she was in love with him at one point. They both love each other. That's why they got married. But apparently, the spark is not there anymore because he ignores her all of the time. He ignores her needs. He's always worried about himself and what he wants to get done. And I just can't with him right now. So she was on the phone working on defending her best friend Hazel. And meanwhile, her husband was too busy worrying about getting his campaign money from Derek, aka Hazel's no good husband. Not to mention that he dog walked your best friend. Boy, bye. Moving on. LOL. Bree said that Gary is eating up all of her food. It's because he's your dependent girl. You better carry him on your taxes. Just kidding. Ari stopped by to discuss a divorce case with Hazel. Why they can't find the prenup? So there is supposed to be a prenup for Hazel and Derek, but no one can find this alleged prenup. I don't think there is one. And Hazel thought that by having that photo saying that he proposed to Stella before they even got a divorce would help her in her case. And I already told her that adultery is not going to help her case in court against Derek. But Derek proposed to the side piece Stella before their divorce was final. And like she said, you need something much stronger than that to help you with your court case. The girls came up with a solution to break into Hazel and Derek's penthouse. They wanted to go in there to see if there really was a prenup, and if there was, they had planned on stealing it. Derek's own daughter was involved in it. LOL. Now you know you ain't no good if your own daughter don't like you. His daughter don't like the way that he treats women, and that's the problem. You have to realize that you have a daughter as well, and the same could happen to her. Did I mention this building has 55 floors? Now remember, it's a penthouse. LOL. Hazel said they were going to roll up in there, set it off style. Now, who's going to be Jada? Laughing my ass off. That is the question that Hazel asked. G.I. Jane had it all mapped out. The only thing to do was on Hazel's mind, actually. She wasn't worrying about nothing else but getting all of her belongings, her clothes as well. She wasn't thinking about no prenup. She missed all her fabulous accessories that she had. Bree didn't want to do it. However, they convinced her after she found out that his daughter had the key to the penthouse. With his cheap ass, the rock on Stella's finger came off Hazel's necklace. Girl, he's going to leave you as soon as you run out of money. Just like he did Hazel. Sasha. You know I said that Sasha is Derek's daughter, and she was downloading all of the files off her father's computer to her flash drive because she wants her father to pay for what he done to Hazel as well. So Hazel's in there having a nervous breakdown. Hazel, ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Get what y'all came to get and go. Now, did I mention that Nene Leakes is also playing in this show? So she's on this episode as well, guys. So that was the end of my recap. I will see you guys on the next episode. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And you all have a blessed day. Bye now.